Hello guys, and today we're hopping on hideorhunt.com and we're going to be sort of checking out the beta minigame of Hide or Hunt. So it's not the official, so eventually there will be an official that will be a lot more controlled and stuff. But I'm going to show you a couple tricks and tips, and if you have no idea what this game is, but you enjoy like PvPing and stuff, then this is honestly like a really good game for you, because it's basically surrounded by being PvPing and sneaking around and like finding other people's bases, and it's honestly really fun. So make sure you watch the whole video through, because you may just really enjoy it. Okay, let's go. Okay guys, so when you first start out, you're going to want to look for a spot to mine, like a cave if possible, and you're going to also want to look for a spot to make a base. It's supposed to be a secret base in case you don't know, and the timer countdown starts at 16 seconds, or 16 players, and then it goes for another minute to let a couple more people join. These can take a long time depending on the time of day, and I really don't know an exact time, but I'd say an average of like 16 minutes, but it could be like 3 minutes if you're lucky. So if you guys are unlucky, then you're better off just mining straight down, and turn up your sound. The sound is a very important part of this game. Turn up your block break, turn up your player sound, and all of that, so you can hear other people if they're walking behind you and trying to sneak up on you, or you can hear other people mining and find their secret base. And then you can also hear water or lava, and then you can mine to that lava or water, and then you'll most likely find a cave system, which will help you out a lot. So after about 5 minutes from when you're dropped out of the obsidian box, you will get the invisibility effect. Hopefully by then you're already you've gotten all the iron you need to get full iron armor and a shield and an axe, because this is more axe PvP. And then you're gonna want to go make a base to hide your beacon. More often than not, people make their bases down around bedrock level, but then you have to climb up a ladder, which is noisy and people may be able to hear you. So a lot of times I just make mine up on the surface in a well hidden spot. This person, I'm surprised, actually didn't see me and didn't get into my base. And also make sure you get wood. Getting wood is very important in this, because I always forget, and then I have to go out and get it, and then people could see you get into your base. That's very risky. And I think the main reason why that person didn't find me is because their volume was off. Like I said, volume is very important. So here I just barely have enough iron to make everything I need, and then I also got a bucket, because buckets are nice to have so you can collect water and stuff. Okay, so with grace period just ending, we lose the invisibility effect, and also now we can take damage. And so you're going to want to be out of your base by now. If you're underground, then your base is going to be found, and you're most likely going to lose. So by now you should already be out of your base. I was kind of sticking around my base because somebody found it, so I had to sort of defend it and stuff. But you want to get kind of farther away from your base, so not to lead people there. Grace period lasts about 15 minutes, just for reference. So when searching for bases, which is the point of this game, you should look down towards the ground, because like I said, a lot of people like to do underground. This person did it really close to the surface, which wasn't that smart, but they got knocked out. And then I saw another person underground, but I couldn't quite pinpoint their location, so I tried to just walk away and trick them out, and I eventually did, and I got another base. And that's just in the first 4 minutes of the game. I found 2 bases. So you really got to be careful, and you want to get out of your base before that grace period is done. Just as a reminder, this is like a PvP sort of thing, and it is 1.16 PvP based, so axes are the way to go for this. And then maybe if you're really good at PvP, you can do axe to destroy the shield or disable the shield, and then move to sword. But you don't want to only use sword, otherwise you will lose always. And people are always PvPing until the very end. So if you made it this far, I left out this little thing, but what makes this sort of server really special is that you can, or this minigame, is that you can only craft at your beacon that you place. So you can't, if you find diamonds while mining, you can't just craft a crafting table, smelt the iron, and then go and mine the diamonds. You gotta go make your base, and then mine all the way back down to go get the diamonds, which makes it a lot more trickier to get ahead. but at the same time it makes it so people don't just go directly to mining. You have to like make a base and save up time and all of that so that you have enough time to do other stuff. Another suggestion is, if you really want to be good at this, is to practice crafting like armor and all your tools up really quickly. I messed up here and I forgot to get like some wood or sticks in my inventory. So normally I'd like spawn in and spawn back in if my stuff is still there, and I would be able to just quickly craft everything up. And I think the fastest I've done is like 10 seconds, and that's why I like being up close to the surface, so I can just get in and out really quickly before anybody else can see me. And say it's like final 2 situation, I'll run over to like the far away from my base, and they'll see me coming from there, and they'll try to triangulate my base from where they see me last and stuff to like where I appeared and all that, and head in that direction. But I'll have already been like 20 blocks away from my base, and they'll have no idea. That's actually how I won around a couple times, is that they have no idea where my actual base is. So a really good way of traveling, if you're able to, is just parkouring through the trees. It's a lot faster than going under them, and more often than not, if people are chasing you, sometimes they'll trip up and fall down, and then you can get away, and then you can also sort of like go around people and they won't see you. That's how I've like won a couple battles, is just by being able to jump through trees. And it's honestly a really good, like, able to be able to parkour and stuff and all of that. Since this is only the beta version, you probably will find cheaters. You might find people who are teaming, and you might find other people who are X-raying. So if you find that, there's really nothing they can do right now, but they are probably going to eventually come out with an official like version. And if you want to see me do like a tutorial sort of thing, or another little like tips and tricks or like update video on the like official version, leave a comment, and I probably will either way, but just to know that you guys would actually like to see that. Okay, now it's time for some base suggestions. One really like easy and simple one is literally just putting it under right there and have a ladder going down to like bedrock or something. But that's not as fun because people can find you, or people won't find you, which makes the game last forever. But if you want to stay in, then that's like a very like viable solution. Same with like sand, clay, gravel. You can do it with any type of block. One that I really like is I will go like this and make a staircase, and no one will think twice about it. They'll think I'm just going up on a tree. And I'll like, since I'm pretty good at parkouring, I'll go around here, and like no one ever looks in trees anymore. So I wouldn't put it in this one because that's really obvious. But you could like mine out right here. So we'll pretend this oak log is the beacon. You mine out right there, and you mine there, there, and there, and then you put the beacon there. Then you put your furnace here, here, or no, not there. You put your furnace, like sometimes they're taller, but you put your furnace like here. We'll say put a furnace there, and put a furnace there, and if you needed another furnace, put it right there. And the only thing is that you'd have to get some leaves maybe, but hypothetically you wouldn't have to, because of the fact that like people don't really come on top of these trees out to this back corner. I would not suggest the mushroom strat, because it's not really that good, and people always check the mushrooms. You could hide it under sand, like I said before. No one ever wants to dig out an entire desert, so if you like put it under sand, it's gonna most likely not be found. If you put it like right here, and no one ever knows that it's there, then like yeah, not gonna be really found. You could always put it down in like a little cave or something. Like they just mine down and stuff, but yeah. And also make sure so that the game is fun, even only put it like 1 block below. So don't like, if someone's mining, or you don't do it like all the way down here and then have like the block covering right there, because that's really annoying for certain people who are trying to look. Another one that's kind of helpful so that you don't have to worry about like the grass if you want to do it in the middle, is put it under a pumpkin. People will probably eventually check the pumpkins, so it's not the best way, but it's still a way that could probably work. A lot of times, rather than people not wanting to just mine it straight down, they'll find these sort of 3 block high areas and they'll mine into it and then have a ladder down like right here, and then you would be able to hide your base down there. But again, I wouldn't suggest, or that will be found eventually. Like right here would probably be a good spot, but someone would eventually find it. Yeah, basically, if you never want to be found, just put it in like the middle of nowhere, and then you'll probably never be found unless you aren't crouching, in which case someone would see you underground and come looking. Another good one is if you go down into these caves a little bit, you'll see like andesite, granite, I don't know why I couldn't remember that, and diorite. If you just mine under those blocks, you're definitely going to be able to hide a base really easily. But again, people don't search those, and I wouldn't do it like all the way down in a deep dark cave, because that's just no fun for anybody else. And like right here, dirt, you could put it right there, no one would probably find it, and you have a quick and easy exit plan to get out. And now that we have invis, I would suggest hiding your beacon. Don't be like these people hiding their beacon before invis. It's just not really that smart, like I've said I think already in this video, because people will see your name tag and then know you're probably posted there if they're good and they're paying attention. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this, and leave a comment of what you would want to see me try to do. Maybe we can do some challenges on this game, like get a max enchant table or kill like 10 people. But other than that, hope you have a great day.